All right, so here is how to choose, bear with me, how to choose the right affiliate product to promote. I know this is probably a question on a lot of you's minds. You probably joined the program like, how do I choose a product? How do I choose a product? It's actually really simple, okay? There are some things to keep in mind, but at the end, I'm going to reveal to you exactly the end all be all on how to make sure that you pick the greatest, the best product you can possibly pick. But there are some mindset things that I want to get into this on, because it really doesn't matter, but it also does matter. So let's get into this. Number one, what's considered when choosing a niche or product? These are the things that we're going to go over, okay? Number two, we're also going to go over the different platforms to promote on and what products work best on them. Number three, we're going to go over how to make sure a product is profitable before you choose it. And number four, we're going to talk about the best affiliate networks to find the products, right? Number one, we're going to start with number one. So we're going to get into this, but I want to talk about most affiliate gurus are going to tell you that there are a big three. Okay, I've heard it a million times. Maybe you have as well. Health, wealth, and relationships. Okay, they are the most popular niches because they are always in need, or at least this is what they tell you. However, I want to challenge that thought, and we're going to get into the specifics on why this is true, but it's also kind of wrong. Okay, I don't know what happened here, but let me just go ahead and move this forward. Okay, looks like some of this stuff just didn't register right, but I press on. I don't care. All right, so let's go back. All right, number one, for starters, instead, we're gonna think of niches, as being one of two categories. We're gonna talk about wants and needs. Basically, any niche, anything you look at, any product, health, wealth, relationships. You can get into any other niches that you can think of, and they basically boil down into wants and needs. And that's how I want you guys to think about it from now on. Not so much the exact product, is thinking about, is the product that I'm looking at a want or a need? I'm going to get into a minute exactly why we look at it that way, but let's look at some of these. To define what a want is, okay, think of a want as an impulse buy. It's a luxury item. It requires desire, right? I want ice cream. I don't need the ice cream, but I want it. It's desire, right? Not an absolute must have. It's not something I have to have. It's never oversaturated. Why is it never oversaturated? Because it's a moving target. On a different day, in a different mood, in a different time period, I went through a breakup, I found a new relationship, whatever happened, people that buy wants are usually in some kind of a moving target type of, situation where they see the right ad at the right time. They're just worth just thinking about, I'm thinking about I want some ice cream tonight. There's an ice cream ad. All right, great. It's a want, right? So that means that you're never going to run out of leads. You're never going to run out of people to sell to, because someone who says no today might say yes tomorrow, right? So I just gave an example here that we're going to give an opposite example in the other part, but credit lending, for example. Somebody who wants a loan, it's a want. Generally speaking, they don't really need the loan, right? Generally speaking, because there are situations where people need a loan, but for the most part, it's a want, okay? But it's one of those things to consider when you're looking at ads and you're thinking about this stuff. Now, needs. What is a need? A need is the opposite. It's a must-have, right? It's not necessarily a want. I have to have this. I don't really want this, but I have to. So think of things like repair. A car breaks down, right? You don't want to have your car repaired. I mean, you do, but you absolutely need to. You need it to get to work. You need it to pick up the kids, etc. It's a need, right? So car repair or any other kind of repair, home repair, something like that. Pest control. You don't necessarily want to get rid of the pest, even though you do, right? We don't want to mince words here. You do, but it is a need. Nobody wants to or can live in a pest-infested home, right? You just have roaches and rats and whatever else. You need to get rid of those suckers. So that's a need. Insurance. By law, most of the time, you have to have insurance. Health insurance, especially car insurance. These things are needs, right? You have to have insurance. You don't really think about it. You don't really have a desire. You don't have a want. You have a need. I need insurance, right? It's one of those baseline things that people have to have. Lead generation. Now, this is if we're talking to businesses. Every business, the lifeblood of any business is leads, right? So if we create an ad or we're picking a product that helps them generate more leads or get leads into their business, this is a need. We have to think about these things when we're picking products. Is this a need or a want, right? Credit repair is the complete polar opposite of credit lending, right? Someone who wants a loan, they want a loan, they probably have good credit. Someone who's looking for credit repair needs to repair their credit. They can't even get a loan, right? They're just stuck in a place in their life where they're just like, I need to repair my credit. So it's more of a need rather than a want, right? And some people don't want to repair their credit. We know that. But we're not leaning in black and whites here. We're not saying yes or no. We're looking at the gray area and saying, like, what percentage of people need this more than want this, or want this more than need this, right? There's always going to be an exception to every rule, but you have to think about these things when you're picking products. Now, why do we think about these things? Let's just make this all go. Another set of categories we want to think about are these. A lot of people don't think about these. Generally speaking, affiliate products fall into one of three categories. In the big picture here, we talked about wants and needs, but we also want to think about this. We want to think about white hat, gray hat, and black hat. This is an old-fashioned affiliate marketing term. As you go around in affiliate marketing circles, you're going to hear people say these things more and more. But basically what this means, it goes back to like the cowboy showdown days, right? Meet you at sundown, draw, that type of thing. The white hat, right? The cowboy with the white hat in all the old films was usually the good guy. He's like, hey, I'm the good guy. You know, I'm going to take down the bad gangster guy at the end of the movie or whatever. He would wear a black hat. So that's where these phrases come from. Black hat, we're going to get into a minute, but there's a gray area as well. I hope you're catching along here and you're following what I'm saying. This is more to do with just generally how these products are viewed in the general public, right? White hat is stuff like e-commerce. I'm going to highlight it here while I'm talking. Stuff like e-commerce, you know, clothes, tools, like, you know, just generally day-to-day use products. Nothing wrong with them, right? White hat, just basic stuff. B2B services, like we talked about, lead generation, home services, repairs, pest control, repair services, right? Car repair. These are things, nothing wrong with them. Generally, all of the white hat products and services and things that you find as an affiliate marketer means that ad platforms are almost never, I say almost never, going to give you a problem promoting these things. Almost never. The key word, almost never, because you know, there's death, taxes, and then being banned and flagged and all that stuff on ad platforms. It's a certainty. Something's going to come up. Something's going to happen. Even when you're successful, you'll make a lot of money and then the ad platform will have an issue with it. But generally speaking, if you pick a white hat product or service to be an affiliate for, it's going to be a lot easier on you most of the time because of the fact that the ad platforms are probably not going to give you a hard time promoting this stuff. Very, very basic vanilla stuff. Then when you get into the gray hat area, right, the kind of in between, we're talking about things like weight loss. We're talking about supplements. We're talking about what I do, make money online products and opportunities and stuff like that. Dating, fitness plans, sweepstakes, antivirus products, things like that are generally gray hat. So they're not 100% like, yeah, we'll leave you alone and never, you know, mess with you or anything like that. But they're also not 100%, you know, we won't mess with you. So it really, on gray hat stuff, it really depends on different platforms, how you word specific things, following the policies, walking on that teetering line, because depending on how you look at a gray hat product, right? Let's say affiliate marketing, make money online, the stuff that I promote. If I were to put an ad on Facebook and say, you're going to make $10,000 this week if you click this button here, now it falls into the black hat category because Facebook is going to look at that like, hey, that's really scummy, scammy, that's very, you know, misleading and over-promising. So that's why it's in the gray hat category. Same thing applies to weight loss and supplements and everything else listed here, because just the wrong words, just saying things a little different, just your images looking a certain way could fall into like, let's ban you, let's flag you. a little bit more difficult to promote. Okay, so just keep those things in mind as you're choosing products. That doesn't mean you can't make a ton of money. Obviously, I have. That doesn't mean you can't make a ton of money. It means there's going to be more scrutiny on you. And you have to be more careful and be more studious about how these platforms work and what they want you to do exactly with these types of products and services. Okay, last we have Black Hat, which is stuff like adult products. And I put in parentheses, believe it or not, it's very profitable. I don't know if you guys know this, but we'll call it P-Hub for now, is the 6th most visited website on the internet. So there is a massive amount of traffic right behind Amazon. Actually, there's a massive amount of traffic and interest in these types of products and services. So don't just blink twice at it and say like, nobody wants to promote that. Believe it or not, there's an entire niche of affiliate marketers who just do these types of very black hat products. Obviously, you are not going to be able to promote this kind of stuff on a Facebook or Google, things like that. So we'll get into that in a second, but there are ways to promote this stuff as an affiliate marketer and make a ton of money. It will not be the focus on what we talk about in this program. I'll get to that, but just keep that in the back of your mind that you can really promote anything. It's just about figuring out how people are promoting it. We'll talk about that in a second. I know I keep saying that, but I'm jumping ahead of myself here. So stuff like weapons, gambling, high risk investing, think about like day trading, things that are just really like crypto for a while was like, it still kind of is black hat, and it's really hard to promote because it's very like, it's just, the platforms just don't love those kinds of words, those keywords, crypto and Bitcoin. They don't want to touch that stuff. Okay, generally sketchy stuff. When you think of black hat, think of generally really sketchy stuff. Now, the different ad platforms are going to be broken down into tiers right here. Let's talk about them. Number one is Facebook. It's best for white or gray hat wants. Okay, when I say wants, not needs, but wants. So like very impulse buy things. Okay, that's generally the main platform that we talk about in this program is Facebook. So keep that in mind. Make sure that it's a want. Make sure that it's a white or gray hat product or service, somewhere in between there, and you should be golden, okay? Next is Google, YouTube, or Bing. Why did I lump all these together? Because these are the big search platforms, okay? These are the big search platforms. These are best for white or gray hat needs, okay? Needs. Why needs? Because stuff like your repair and I need a doctor or whatever people need, generally when people need something, not necessarily want something, they're going to type into a search platform, right? They're going to type in what services or products or whatever they need right then and there, right? So these platforms are best for the need type of products rather than the impulse buy want type of products. They absolutely work, but just know that if you pick something like, example me, a make money online thing, most people don't really need a make money online affiliate marketing course, coaching, whatever, unless they're broke. Okay, so that's, unfortunately, I found that out the hard way. I did YouTube ads. I scaled YouTube ads to about $1,000 per day in ad spend, but they were profitable, but they were really, really hard to get going. We got a lot of very broke people all the time. That's due to the fact that if someone types in how to make money online or whatever, well, guess what? They need to make money, right? So we found that Facebook worked a lot better in finding the people that just want it but don't need it. Fun story. So think about those kinds of things. What are people typing in that they need? All right. TikTok is best for white or gray hat wants, especially e-commerce. Okay. Products like physical products, knickknacks, gadgets like cool new tools and air conditioners or whatever, some new invention, a gizmo of some kind, works really, really well on TikTok. It's like QVC. Okay. LinkedIn is best for white hat needs. Think of like B2B services, software, lead generation. Mostly people on LinkedIn are business owners or high executive CEOs and stuff like that looking to buy stuff for their businesses, right? They might have like an employee credit card or something like that. All right. Quora or Reddit, if you're not familiar with these, not a big deal because we mostly do Facebook ads, but Quora or Reddit are basically Q&A type platforms, forums, and they're best for white, gray hat needs, okay? Because again, people are in there asking questions and trying to solve problems, so there's a need to what they're doing. Could be a little bit of want to, But Twitter, Pinterest, Snapchat, the complete opposite. Best for white or gray hat wants, especially Pinterest. It's a very image-based platform, a lot of photo sharing and stuff like that. So someone sees something that's very appealing, white or gray hat, clothes, some kind of new product or something like that, some weight loss thing. They see an image, they see a before and after or something like that. By the way, before and afters can be very gray, but that's how to think of that. Okay. Next, we have native ads. What are native ads? Native ads are ads that you see on other people's websites. So believe it or not, you can promote stuff on big websites, on even medium-sized websites, okay? And you can create banners, and you can create little links and all kinds of stuff that go on people's websites. These are best for gray or even black hat wants. Okay, think about somebody who's visiting a website, they might be reading a blog or something, then your banner or your ad like jumps out at somebody, they want to click it. It has to really capture desire at that moment. And believe it or not, Black Hat is one of the ways that Black Hat works extremely well, is promoting on some of those seedy kind of black Hat underground sites with the with this stuff. All right, so native ads work extremely well for that type of content, those types of ads. Next, we have push ads. Again, very similar. What are push ads? They are ads that push directly to your desktop or to your mobile phone. I'm sure you see ads pop up. If you're like me, you have an Android, I have an Android, and I see ads pop up all the time for the Play Store, for the Google Play Store, different games that are being released, and hey, here's a new thing that's on the Play Store, a new weight loss, whatever. Those are push ads. They're being pushed directly to the user. Sometimes you'll see them on your desktop if you have your push notifications on for your Windows, PC, Mac, whatever. You'll see little pop-up things on the side of your desktop that are like, hey, you need this antivirus software or something like that, brand new, clean up your PC, whatever. Weird stuff. That's why it works really, really well for gray and black hat wants. Okay? Could be needs too. Again, these are just what these are best for, not necessarily like a rule of thumb on, yeah, you must do it this way. That's not what I'm talking about. So, like I said, in this program, we prioritize Facebook, so make sure you choose a product that is a want and is a white or gray hat product. Okay? How do we make sure a product is profitable before we choose it? In short, SPY tools. Okay? So, we cover that very quickly. Easy. We're going to get into that a little bit later in the program. But we use SPY tools because the easiest way to make sure that the product or service or whatever it is that you're being an affiliate for is making a lot of money and working really well with ads is we find other advertisers who are making a lot of money with it. Okay? In the affiliate marketing game, you have to get your mindset wrapped around this. There is no such thing as oversaturation. You have to adapt the mindset of, if there is a McDonald's on this corner, right, in this town, that is why you see a Burger King, a Wendy's, right, a Taco Bell, all on the same street. Go to any city in America, notice that whenever you see a business pop up, many, many, many other businesses just like it start to pop up around it. There is a reason for that. Right? These business owners, these big multi-billion-dollar corporations and franchises and stuff, they're not stupid. They know I'm going to go where the money is. This other business already did the work of finding a great spot where obviously they're making a lot of money at this spot. I'm going to dip my fishing pole in the same pond, and if there's traffic here, I'm going to do the same thing. Right? So we're not going to completely copy 100% off successful marketers, affiliate marketers, but we're going to model what they're doing because it's already proven. They're already going out and spending tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars. We find the big marketers, right? And we're going to emulate them and say, hey, there's a big pie right there. I want a piece of that pie. It's working. It's converting. It's doing very well. That's how we figure out what products are working best, is we spy on the competition. And not only are we going to spy on the competition once, we're going to make a list of competitors and continuously spy on them, see what they're doing, see how they're updating their ads, see how they're doing things, over time. And we start to develop the skills by piggybacking. It's not rocket science, right? Most affiliate marketers who are doing super well in this space, who are doing ads, they will tell you the biggest problem that they have is other people ripping off their ads and they have to go in and make new ads. It's going to happen to you too. Once you start hitting 40, 50K, 60K per month, you're going to notice that a lot of very similar ads that you're making are starting to pop up. Don't be surprised if other affiliate marketers are now looking at you as the leader and saying, wow, your ads are the best. I'm going to start ripping them off, right? It's a big game of people are ripping each other off. That being said, it's a good thing, okay? It means there's a lot of money to be made. So look at it positively. It does mean you have to go into your ad account, create some new ads every few weeks, every few months, to stay ahead of the curve. But there is no such thing as oversaturation. It's just skills, how to be better than the rest of the pack, All right. So here are just some of the best affiliate networks organized by experience level required and which hat they specialize in. These are just some. Underneath this video, I'm going to put a lot more. But you've probably heard of ClickBank. You might not have heard of Digistore24, kind of a newcomer to the space, but is gaining a lot of popularity recently, okay? So these are best for beginners. They pretty much approve everybody. Anyone who's anyone. I don't care how much experience you have. ClickBank, Digistore24 are going to approve you to be an affiliate. You can pick anything you want on those platforms and promote them. They're not going to bother you at all. They have a lot of white gray hat products, and mostly what they're good at is weight loss or make money online products. Okay, next we have Max Bounty or Market Call, slightly more advanced, so a little bit of a step above ClickBank, Digistore24. They might not approve you depending on what you say in your application. Okay, I'll walk you through that if you need some help with that. But they're really good at white gray hat products, and they're really good at home services. They have a lot of other stuff too. But generally, like for example, Market Call, they pay you per call rather than for a sale. Okay? Max Bounty has stuff that is for a sale, but they generally pay you for a lead. So the good thing about these platforms is that the cycle between when you start an ad and when you get a commission is very, 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 very fast. Because usually what you're asking for is like for someone to fill out a form, someone to call a phone number, a 1-800 number that's actually your affiliate link. Okay, simple tasks like that. Not like buying some product. So usually that's a benefit of this is usually you're going to get a sale very quick, or not a sale, but you're going to get a commission, very quickly when you're promoting this kind of stuff. That does not mean you'll be in profit. That means you'll at least start seeing some traction right away, and you can kind of pivot and move very quickly from that. All right, next we have Giddy Up, Square Dance, and Verve Direct. They're advanced-ish. Again, it depends on how you fill out the forms and what you say in those forms. Generally, if you sound like you know what you're talking about, and if you're in this program and you go through the training and stuff and you sound like you know what you're talking about, they'll approve you even though you're a beginner, okay? They have a lot of white hat stuff because they mostly specialize in e-commerce. So you're going to see a lot of really unique products, a lot of stuff that's selling really well on TikTok, could sell really well on Facebook too. And again, you use the spy tools, you figure out who's already promoting this stuff, how much money are they making? Let me put my fishing pole in the water and let me make money right alongside of them, okay? Last and not least, and definitely not really last because I know a lot of them, but this is just one worth mentioning, is Crack Revenue. Again, for beginners, they'll approve almost anybody. And they're very big on black hat stuff. So if you're one of those people who's interested in black hat, you don't want to do Facebook ads, you want to do some other kind of advertising. We don't really teach that here for the most part at the time of this recording. But if you want to go off on your own, or if you're in a place in your business and you want to experiment with some other kind of stuff, big time, they love black hat stuff on Crack Revenue. So your adult products and your gambling and your really just kind of sketchy stuff. But again, there's a whole section of affiliate marketers out there, a big industry, who makes millions of dollars doing this stuff, okay? So don't just shove it off like, oh, that's crazy, I don't want to do that. Someday maybe you will, or maybe you want to do it right now, whatever you want to do, all right? So that being said, that's it for this lesson. Some things to think about when picking products. I'll leave a list of some of these networks down below, probably updated over time. And yeah, that's it. Just have the right mindset when picking your products and know that the profitable products, the products that are working, are already out there. Really, a lot of this comes down to using the spy tools and figuring out what's really hot, what's working, because I'm gonna basically emulate what's working and not reinvent the wheel and make a ton of money. I'm the infamous Joel, and I'm out.